Hi everyone, I'm Jess from So Unique Fabrics and welcome to the Tami Revolution Sew Along. In this sew along we are going to be making up one of the girls' versions of the hoodie. Now I'm making the girls' version. You can use the same variations that I'm using to make the adults' version. So what we're going to be needing to do is day one is all about preparing your fabrics, getting your pattern printed out, making sure that we've got the right size zips, any interfacing and everything else that we need ready to start sewing for day two. So I've already traced my pattern. So for this one we are going to be doing the Kangaroo Pocket. So if you're wanting to do the side pockets, there is another video tutorial that I've done and I've made the adults version with the side pockets. So you can just flick through those and find that video. You'll find the links in the So Unique Fabrics group page. So we've got the Kangaroo Pocket. They all need the bottom band. I'm going to show you the Thumbhole cuffs because they are slightly a little more tricky than just your standard cuffs. But you can choose to make the standard cuffs if you wish. So you'll need your back piece, making sure that you're transferring any pocket placement marks, shoulder marks onto those pieces as well. The front piece, so if you're doing a front zip, you've got that extra zip allowance in the center. If you're not making the zip, which I'm not going to be making on this one, this is going to be a full piece, it will need to be just cut on the fold. Okay. Then there's three different hoods for the Tami. There's the standard hood, the crossover hood and the double hood. Again, I've made the standard hood previously and I made the standard hood with the zip up front. So you can always go back and search for my videos to find the zip up front and the standard hood if you need some help. But for this one, I'm going to do the crossover hood. So with the crossover, you'll need to cut two hoods, mirrored image. And then our sleeves. And with the sleeves, you'll need to make the pattern placement mark for the zip accent as well, and that's also on the front piece also. With the sleeves, there's also two different marks on there, one for standard cuffs and one for thumbhole cuffs. So just making sure that you take note of which one you're cutting out. And the sleeves, you'll need two, obviously mirrored. You'll need two strips of interfacing for your zip accent on the shoulder, and which we'll be covering in this one. So these are just 1 inch wide by 7.5 inches in length. You'll also need a zip for the shoulder accent. So depending on what size you're making, it will depend on what size zip you need. I'm making the size 8 and I need a 15 centimeter zip. So just make sure you're going through the tutorial, and on one of the very first pages there is the size chart for the zip. We're also going to add eyelets to our hood. Now you don't need to add the eyelets, it is just an optional extra. I'm going to add the eyelets and I'll show you how they are done. Very simple to use. So you'll need some interfacing as well for those eyelets. I'm using just 5.5 millimeter ones, and you'll also need the tool and a hammer to hammer them in. So today, for day one, I need you all to have your pattern printed, make sure you've selected the right size. Again, it's a tighter fit jumper style, so if you are wanting it a looser fit, sizing up is recommended. Your front piece, your back and your sleeves, you need at least 25% stretch. So on page 4 there is a stretch gauge. So you just need to cut part of your fabric that you're using, about 4 inches, and do the stretch test to make sure that you've got 25% stretch there. For your bottom band and your cuff bands, you will need slightly more stretch, so a 50% stretch for those ones. So I've chosen my fabrics already. I'm going to do some beautiful dragons in some French terry for my daughter for the front, the back and my sleeves. I've got a solid blueberry colour French terry that I'm going to do the hood, which I think go beautifully together. And then I've got, she loves grey, and the dragons have got a bit of silver, and I could very well have used a silver glitter that I have, but I just wanted to use some, I've got a heap of my solid cotton lycra, the heathered grey. So I'm going to use a cotton lycra for my thumbhole bands and for my bottom band. And I think they work, you know, really well together. And I think it's going to turn out great. I've got a nice purple zip. Actually, I had two. I think I'm going to do the brighter one. It matches the purple dragons a bit more. And it will also, you know, give that extra pop of colour through that shoulder accent. We need to get cutting out so that we're all ready for day 2. Now, once you've got your fabrics all chosen, snap a photo with everything that you've got ready, whether it be just folded fabric or if you've got it already cut out. Snap a photo, head to the Sew Neat Fabrics group, Facebook group, I should say, sorry, and find the link for the day 1 sew along and pop a picture in there of what you're sewing to go in the draw to win an awesome goodie pack or something. I haven't decided on prizes from Sew Neat Fabrics. We better get started. There's a lot to prepare, from printing your pattern, tracing it, getting your size sorted, choosing your fabrics and cutting that all out, and be ready to be back here tomorrow ready to start sewing. Thanks everyone, bye for now.